Hello there, and thanks for joining me. Today we're starting another playthrough of Last Blitzkrieg by Dean Essig and the Gamers. This is the first game in the Battalion Combat Series from MMP. And we are going to play the scenario Tip of the Spear. I already started this game, so basically this is what it looks like. This is the topmost or northwestern part of the map. This is just one map. It's one map scenario it comes with the game, and it is only 4 turns. It's December 24th to 27th, and it depicts the final push by the Germans. And so I played 2 turns already. I already did December 24th and 25th, and we have the goal for the Germans here is to capture 4 victory hexes. We already have 1, and we need to take 3 more. Here is one, Marche en famine, and this one might be possible to take. The Germans have almost encircled the Americans here. We have what's it called? Signy up here in Belgium, and this is also a German victory hex. Of course, we have Dinant. I don't know if I will be able to go that far west, but we'll see. We have Okier up here. And of course, we have the the crossings of the Meuse River, and Huy. And we also have this hex over here, Ewe and Hamois. So we have the 2nd SS Panzer. They could push up here actually and take one of these hexes. We have some more Panzer divisions coming in, or one more Panzer battalion. This F. Beg Panzer battalion. They will come in over here, so they might be able to join up over there, but I'm not sure about that. And here we have the Volksgrenadier. They are not very good at getting anywhere, I have noticed, because they don't have armor support. And then we have around Marche en famine, we have both the 9th Panzer and the 116th Panzer. We have Panzer Lehr pushing up here to Signy, and we have 2nd Panzer trying to go this way. So, as you can see, I've painted the edges, so this game doesn't actually come with any kind of color discrimination between the different divisions, which makes it really hard to play. I guess if you play on Vassal, that's not a problem, because you can mark one division and they will show all the units. But it's really important in this game to keep track of where all the units are in your division. So I painted some of the edges here with these types of pens, and that's one modification I've done. I've also implemented a house rule. So this is based on alternating activations of different divisions. So now in this game, the Americans have more activations than the Germans, so they can, in the normal game, they could just save activations for the end and then have more knowledge about what has happened in the turn. So I basically implemented a very simple house rule where you pull these chits. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 German activations, but we have 8 American ones. So one of their activations will have to be 2 activations at the same time. So basically I will just shuffle these chits, and every time the allies have an activation, they pull one of these chits, and that's how many activations they have to do. So I think that's the best way to do it, because I read some of the different comments online, and I think it's important to know that neither the player whose turn it is nor the opposing player should know how many activations they actually will do on that occasion. Nor should they be able to save up extra activations until the end. Yeah, so I'm also running with a couple of optional rules that can be found on Board Game Geek or Console World. And as far as I understand, these are actually included in the second iteration of the game, which is Chariots of... Oh wait, what is it called? No, the second one is Baptism by Fire. Yes, I think the third one that is upcoming, they will be actually included as part of that game's special rules. And I really like these optional rules, so I'm running with all 3 of them. The first one is the order system, and they are really simple. As you can see here, like this. You basically just write down before you start the turn for all your units, like this is what it looked like for me last turn. Panzer Lehr should go to Cini via Pessu, and then when it's that unit's turn to activate, you have to follow these orders, but it's only the headquarter that has to follow this. So I wrote that the Panzer Lehr headquarter, which is here, they had to go to Cini via Pessu. Pessu is over here, so basically they should go this way. Now you don't have to move all the way, but the only thing is that you can't just go in another direction when it's your turn to activate. If you see that something else happened, you can just change your mind and go the other way. So you can always stay where you are, or just go a little bit as long as you follow that path. And it's only the headquarters that has to follow these orders. The other units can go a little bit wherever they want. Of course, they dictate a little bit because they need to be in communication at the end of their activation, so they can't be more than 12 hexes in this case from the Panzer Lehr headquarter. So that's the orders optional rule. The other one that I'm working with is the soft and hard jumps. So in the original game, when the opponent goes in and enters the hex of an opposing headquarter, for example, if this unit from the 2nd Armor would go into Panzer Lehr's headquarters hex, that would cause all kinds of troubles for the Germans in this case. So the headquarter would have to bounce, and the combat trains, which is the supply path, would have to be moved, and it would just make it more difficult to activate that unit later. Now, in this special rule, the soft and hard jumps, you don't know actually if you're going to find the headquarters in that exact hex. So when you enter a hex, you can get a soft jump. You roll a die, and if you roll 1 to 4, you only get a soft jump, which basically means that the opponent can just move their headquarters a little bit. And it's only if you roll a 5 or a 6 that you actually get this very nice hard jump, which disrupts the supply line. This is nice because otherwise it's maybe too tempting to always try to go and bump the headquarters. Now you don't really know if they will have that desired effect. So basically you can think of it as the opposing player wouldn't actually know if Panzerlehr's headquarters is exactly in this hex or just somewhere around here. And the third one is recon screens, which makes it possible for recon units, like some of these units from the 4th Cavalry Group here, for example. I've marked these with screens, so the Last Blitzkrieg game does not come with screen counters. I just made my own. What this means is that they are much less likely to take losses when they are engaged by enemy armor, and if they are engaged by enemy infantry, they just have to move, basically. So it's a way to protect a piece of a road, for example, but you don't really commit to it that much. You trade space for saving losses. So those are the 3 optional rules that I'm working with in this game. And now, since the beginning of the December 26th turn, we will do the preparations, and for that we have to write some orders. So as an example, let me just show you one of these. So for the Germans, I have to write for all of these units, and for Panzerlehr, for example, I'm a little bit hesitating a little bit to pursue this original plan. I'm wondering if I maybe should not actually try to go for Dinant instead. This is also a city hex, if I recall. City hexes are kind of hard to take. On the other hand, maybe I can write for Panzerlehr that they will go and instead of trying this kind of encirclement, or maybe I will actually do that. Yes, I think I will. Panzerlehr will still try to go via Passau to Cine. So Passau is 29, 12. So this is what I wrote for Panzerlehr. They should try to go to Cine via Passau. And another important change from the original game is that now you have to decide which units are actually going to try to have prepared defenses. So the allies here, for example, we have American units which have currently prepared defenses, and they are trying to keep Marche en Famenne from German hands, and they are now in prepared defenses. That gives them additional bonus while defending. You get combat modifiers for defense, and it makes it harder for them to actually attack. And they cannot do so much. They will have only, at most, they will have a partial activation. I will go into that later, but they won't be very mobile if they do prepare defenses. And they basically have to declare that now. So for the second, the 84th Infantry, I will write that they will have prepared defenses. Like that. Okay, I will go through all the units and write their orders. As you can see, they are very simple and they only affect the headquarters. So I think it's a quite nice way to, and it also forces you to consider where you really want to prepare defenses. You can't, this also makes it impossible to just move up somewhere and then in your second activation just flip to prepare defenses. So you have to actually be where you're preparing defenses, you have to be there at the beginning of a turn. Another one that I might do prepare defenses for now is the 7th Armor up here. It would be nice to have someone with prepared defenses up here, but these guys don't enter until now, so I will have to write that their headquarters or at least go into this hex over here. That's the Combat Command B3. So for them, yes, I will write that, I think. So I think a little bit closer about this, I wrote that the Combat Command B3 will go to Sprimont via A-Way. So basically they will go through A-Way and actually camp over here, because this hex is 3 hexes away from A-Way, and when you retreat, if you cannot retreat 3 hexes to your headquarters, you actually get dissolved and removed from the map and returns the next turn. So it's good to have your headquarters a little bit back from where you're actually trying to defend. So that's what I'm going to do for them.